Hello, and welcome to Business Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, I'm Kimmi, all my business bosses. Welcome. And today we're talking about how to start a t-shirt business. People love t-shirts, okay? I don't care how old you are, how young you are, t-shirts are very, very popular. We love to sleep in them. We like to run and do exercises in them. We like to just lounge around the house in them. Everybody loves a good t-shirt. We love slogans, right? So today we're going to get right into it though. So number one point is I want you to research the market. Before you start your t-shirt business, I want you to see what the competition is doing. If your slogan is about housewives or something with parents, make sure no one else has your slogan out there. Kind of see if it's even still a popular trend. Like, our parent t-shirt slogan still in, like greatest mom or best grandmother? Are those still in style, or are they adding even a little bit more wording to it, you know? That t-shirt and that phrase has been around forever. The greatest grandmother or best dad, best mom. You know, see, can you put a little different spin on it? What is the competition doing? Has things changed since maybe you had your idea initially to now you're ready to execute it, okay? The next thing is define your niche or niche. You want to find out, are you going to be selling custom designs? Like, people can call you and say, hey, I want you to design a car for me, and I need it to have yellow, green, blue on it. You know, they may want it for their business. Are you going to do custom? Are you going to just do humorous shirts, like, you know, little jokes and stuff like that? So, are inspiring slogans. Inspiration is so important nowadays. People love inspirational quotes. That's something you could think about, but you want to keep it short, not too many words. You know, nobody want to read a whole paragraph on a t-shirt, but you want to really just think about your niche. Who are you targeting? What's your target market? Is it going to be young people? Is it going to be older people? Because older people don't want the same t-shirt normally as young people. Okay, you got your teeny boppers, then you have your middle-aged people, you have your seniors. You want to make sure, who is this t-shirt for? What is the saying on it? Because mom or grandma may walking around with something on their shirt that say, hey, shorty, okay? But grandma might appreciate something like best grandmother in the world, you know, or my nana is number one, which is nothing new again, but maybe the way you design it is going to have a little different flair on it. It's really nothing new under the sun when you think about it. People have been making cars forever, so there is still room for you to design your t-shirt. The way you design it may be different. The material you use may be different. You know what I mean? So people are still creating t-shirts every day. The next one is choose your model. How do you want to sell it? Your business model. Are you going to be selling them strictly online? Are you going to be selling them out the car? Are you going to pull up at the mall and open up the trunk? You know what I mean? Are you going to have a physical store? Or will it be a hybrid where you sell some online, some in store? You know, so you got to really think about that, because that's going to affect your overall pricing of the shirt too. If you have a brick and mortar where people have to come to your store physically, your t-shirt is going to probably have to start at that $75, $85 mark. Is most people spending that kind of money on a t-shirt? And depending on what the t-shirt says, right? So you really got to think about that. I love online marketing. I love selling digital products. And I think if you can set up like a, so we're going to talk about it in just a second though, but if you can set up like an Etsy store, or if you can set up like your own website and sell them direct, consumer direct, and then get on Instagram and IG and show the product, you're wearing the product, you have friends and family wearing the product, then that's going to really make people interested in your t-shirts, okay? The next thing is you need to have a business plan. Again, we're going to be talking about the strategy. How much money can you afford to put into the business? You always have to talk about the money. That's the last thing most of us want to talk about, is the money. But you have to talk about the money. You have to. How much do you have to buy t-shirts to get started, for samples, to pay a graphic designer if you're not going to do it yourself, right? So you really have to think about that. Also, you need to think about your licenses and permits. Do you need all of that for a t-shirt business? You have to really check your local municipality where you live at and see if you making t-shirts out your garage, do they require some type of licensing or something. So I do have a home-based business. I do have the licensing for my particular city that I live in, so like my neighbors can't say, hey, she's running a business out her home over there. They can't call the HOA and say that, because I'm fully licensed to conduct business out of my home. So you want to make sure your business also is registered properly, okay? Now, we're not going to talk about LLCs and all that right now, but right now I'm just talking about more the permitting. Because like I said, if you start doing t-shirts out your garage, you got to, or your basement, and everybody in and out your house, your neighbors may start to complain, okay? So you want to make sure you cover everything. When you create your designs, back to that again, you want to make sure they're unique. Not so unique where it's weird, but unique where everyone else is not doing it. That kind of goes back to that market research we talked about earlier, knowing the market. So make sure when you come up with your designs, it's something that people really want. You can research on Google, even popular t-shirt designs, it will tell you, like, for example, I'll do a search right quick. I'm sitting here at my computer and I'm going to put this actually in Chat GPT, and I'm going to put popular t-shirt designs. Let's see what it comes back with. If you're not using Chat GPT in your business, you should be. You really should. So we have retro style. Again, we already talked about quotes and slogans. Vintage. People are always into vintage. Like, when I say vintage, something old and classy. People love that. It needs to be eye-catching. Some people like stuff on the front of the shirt and then a design on the back of the shirt. Okay. Geometric patterns. Also, people love patterns. Things like that. Different shape. Then you have to find a supplier. You want to locate somebody reliable that will print the shirts for you. If you won't be doing them yourself, you'll want to find out what kind of ink do they use, what kind of plastics do they use, what kind of vinyls are they using. Is it cheap quality? Perhaps you can pay another company a little bit more but get a better quality shirt. So you really have to do your research, and do not go with the first person that says, I can do your t-shirts for you. No, you really want to research it. Look at the reviews. What are other people saying about them? What was their experience with the company? Were they slow? Did they change the price midway? Did they change the quality? The initial meeting, did they say something like, well, it's going to be this shirt, this quality, this price, and then at the end of the transaction, it was something completely different. So you have to really do your due diligence. People go broke trying to start businesses, okay? I do not want that for you. So you got to put a little bit more on the front end to reap the benefits on the back end, okay? And then last but not least, how are you going to sell it? We talked about this earlier, though. Are you going to use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon, eBay, your own website? You have many different ways that you can actually sell your t-shirts. So I have written several books, and I use Amazon for that. They do take a portion of it, but I don't have to print the book. I don't have to mail the book. Amazon does everything. So I don't mind, for my business model, splitting the profits with them, so to speak. So you have to see what works for you in your t-shirt business, okay? So just to kind of recap what we talked about, you're going to research the market. Make sure you're not copying somebody else's design. Find your niche. Is it going to be older people, younger people? Is your shirt going to cross over? Will young people and older people like it? You also want to get your business model. Do you need to sell it in a physical store? Are you going to do it online? What are you going to do? You need a business plan. How much money can you spend getting started on samples, etc.? Okay. Make sure you have that budget. I keep talking about budget in every video I talk about, because that budget, that money is so important, right? Who's going to create the designs? Again, back to that, your target audience. Who are you trying to sell your shirts to? Check out the material, the person who will be creating them for you, your supplier. What kind of material will they be using, right? What kind of vinyl are they using? You also want to check out your platform. Again, how are you going to sell it? Is it going to be IG, TikTok, Facebook, Amazon? You're going to sell it yourself, your own website. So those are some things to think about when you're starting a t-shirt business. So I'm wishing you much success. As always, my business bosses, you got this. And until next time, this is Business Life with Kimmi. Bye.